the game spitter, he was with him. Y'all share the video so my page can grow. I need 1,000 bloodlights so the algorithm know. Subscribe to my channel so my YouTube can grow. And I'm only crawler good bad page go. Yeah, y'all already know I got my favorite number. I'm working with a dry 80. Just got it from the bank. Yeah, I'm looking for a female that usually charge 200, but I only got a dry 80. Fuck with me, DJ. I say, fuck with me, DJ. Yeah, I can make up for the 200 now. I found a 3.5 in the park that a nigga dropped, and I helped look for it, but I found it, lied, like I couldn't find it. I got that. I can stop at Popeyes, get you a 3-piece. You want Popeyes or Churches? I get you a jalapeno. Put you on 3 of them. Get you jalapeno, some honey, and some hot sauce. And I can get you a 4 Loco. That's the best I got to do. I said, that's the best I got to do. Yeah. Hey, I just need a little BBJ. Yeah. I just need a little BBJ now. Yeah. But hey, T Grizzly, you know I'm late with it, but all the blogs been covering this guy. And this dude in hot waters, man, he better be doing the Russell Simmons right now, man. He better be doing the Russell Simmons or getting his plans together to get up out the country. Because it's only a matter of time before the dope kick in and them folks got that warrant. Or the dope kick in, they just search. Ain't no telling how many spots they hit to search. Or they could do both. But T Grizzly, can you put 100% trust into this dude thing? Can you bet the whole house, the whole empire, the whole catalog, everything that you built, your career, can you bet that on Wu-Tang? Because he definitely got it in his hands. Just like your aunt had when she had that contract over your head. You see that? You see how life works? You see how Satan did you, T? You back in the same position. At one moment, your aunt, she had everything that you was going to work for in her hands. But now, you got that about the way. Now, Wu, he got it. But Wu got everything. Your aunt, she just had the contract. Take most of your money and shit like that. But Wu, he got everything. Even if he didn't pull the trigger. But it's going to be hard not to believe. But it was at the spot where your aunt lost her life. He was there 2 hours before. Y'all got there hiding out. Yeah, in the bushes. Wherever he was at, I ain't saying exactly in the bushes, but yeah, he was laying low. Waiting on y'all, pretty much. How they putting it. In that same car that was used, with that same weapon that was used. Then the man got caught with it. The same car, the same weapon. So, this the thing. I understand where you was going with the plan. Your plan and what you thought of, what you came up with, it could have worked, but you just used the wrong people to carry it out. Like, that's what it was. Like, because you had, as far as like evil-wise, you had good reasons, not to say to knock down your aunt, but you had good reasons. If you thinking evil, you had good reasons to do that stuff. Because you felt it was business and personal. I'm pretty sure you felt some type of way because once you took off and you probably got a lawyer and they told you about the contract, you could have audited the company or whatever, and you really, learned the music business, you probably looked at your aunt like, you was gonna do me like that, and we blood, like, you really was gonna like this, you ain't try to renegotiate, you really was gonna just, if I made 20 million, you gonna take 19 of it, 18 of it. You give me one of them brick wall contracts. I get 13%, you get 88, 87%, I get 10%, you get 90. One of them type of contracts. You want a piece of my feature, show money, merch, YouTube money. You get everything. You get a piece of everything. And you take majority of everything. Like, I would have damn near had to do movies or play the game like he did to get a bag. You can't touch none of that money. Other than that, like, I would have been working for you. And by the time I would have got about that deal, I would have been at my prime. or I ain't got the same drive no more. I couldn't wait. I gotta understand T Grizzly, he couldn't wait to make this move right here. He couldn't, continue on with his career, then later on fall out with his aunt, go back and forth all over social media, the blogs, make videos on that, audit the aunt, take her to court. Now you doing all that stuff. Now you really can't touch your aunt. You really can't do it. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it before y'all fall out. Why? Because you need her around you. You need to be able to get her in cars where y'all can, with dudes like Woo can catch y'all at the light, catch y'all at this store, catch y'all coming out this restaurant, catch y'all, just driving. Because once if T would have fell out with her and exposed her, she would have kept her distance because you ain't got to be up on them to, control that contract. Especially if she a woman too, or she would have put the right security layers around her. But if you play it cool, like you don't know what's going on, you can still, have her around you where you can get the job done. See, it could have been a move that he got out with, but like I say, he just used the wrong guys. But he had to think quick. And you'll think these dudes will get the job done because there's other moves that they do and they'll get locked up for that. You couldn't use nobody in Detroit because that really would have put the spotlight on you way quicker than it's doing like it's doing right now. The only thing is, you going around dirt and that's all he really got is steppers and shit like that. So it ain't like he got a team of bosses. So and like I say, when it's a whole bunch of steppers, they're putting work for other people that's affiliated with OTF or cool with them. They do it like MS-13 to put in work for the Sinaloa cartel. Different 18th Street, they'll put in work for different cartels. Like gangs like that, do that. You can throw the police off with it, throw the ops off with it. It's just a win-win. But one of the biggest problems when it comes to using guys like YNs, Chicago guys, and you out of town, what's going to happen is, they're going to get the job done. But with YNs like them, and you see how they move, you see the Chirac War, they'll leave a lot of evidence. And I don't really mean on the crime scene. Sometimes, a lot of times that too. But I mean before that and after that. Because a lot of these Chicago dudes, especially the ones that be around rappers, or just YNs period, it ain't just like in Chicago, they real lazy and they careless. They know they're supposed to do this and they'll still do it. What I mean, they'll work a move and what they'll do, leave a lot of receipts before, when they do it, and after. By phone calls, sending DMs, texts, recorded phone conversations because they put in so much work, and they be so deep. So now you got informants. You already got the police on y'all, so your phone calls can be tapped. That's the thing. When you hire some other out of town niggas and they hot, but they put in work, they'll do what they supposed to do. But the police are already on them. They already got informants already building cases on them, so they phones be tapped. You got that, let alone DMs, text, they'll say little shit and that. They'll talk to other people. They may not be talking directly to T Grizzly, but they be talking to other people who got their phone tapped, or they tapping their phone, because they working with the police and shit like that. And they discuss what they done did. If you out of town, if you ain't sent the money, they reaching out to you, saying little hints and shit that the police can pick up on or informants can pick up on. They'll be so lazy, like Woo, and still have the same car because they love that car. They feel like they lucky with their car. They keep the same blick on them because they love that blick. You got to think, a lot of steppers, if they not smart, especially they YNs, if they real lucky with this gun right here, meaning every time they get in a shootout with it, they always hit their target. They always get up off the scene with it. They'll feel like this gun right here, boy, I'm lucky with this bitch. I ain't let this bitch go. This is my baby. They'll fall in love with it when they supposed to treat it just like thoughts and shit. Like you hit it and you throw it like a frisbee, but they'll fall in love with it because they feel like they lucky with it. Same thing with cars. Let a dude get away from the police, get about the other situations where it's shootings or whatever with that car. A lot of times he'll feel like, oh, this is my baby. Like they'll grow an attachment with it and they'll become lazy, or they could just be lazy straight up. And yeah, they'll stay with the blick, they'll stay with the car, like Wu did. Even though they know they just pulled a 211, a 187 in this car. Even though they know this person that they just deleted is connected to a high profile rapper, so the police gonna work extra hard on this right here. Especially when it's a woman. Thinking T had something to do with it, making sure he clear everything. Yeah, like, and making sure, trying to put the pieces together. You got the blog speaking on it. So this, got a lot of attention. So for you to still have that blick on you, for you to still have that car, you ride around in that car, I don't know if you was thinking like, ain't no way they gonna connect me with it. I'm from Chicago. I'm guessing the police wasn't letting the public know they looking for this car. A lot of times they don't do that. They don't let the public know they looking for this car. So you still moving the same way, which when shit like that happen, it's gonna be impossible for you to get about that situation because it's too coincidence. Like you was on the scene for 2 hours before they came. You got the same weapon, the same car. So even if you didn't do it, you know who did it. So the thing is Wu the type of guy that's cool with getting a life sentence, even though he got a good get out of jail, or I ain't gonna say get out of jail free card, but a good lessen my time. Yeah, like lessen my time. Like he got a good one. I could bring down T and a couple other guys. That's a bigger conviction for you guys. I didn't hate this woman. I was paid to do it. You could tell why you think I shot her 8 times. Why you think I went directly to the door where she was in? I knew she was gonna be there. I knew she was gonna be right there, sitting right there. I knew T went right there. Why would we just hit her and not the rest of the motherfuckers that's with her? So yeah, that was paid, and I knew what I was doing. It wasn't no, I didn't mean to hit her. If I didn't mean to hit her, she would have got hit once or twice, maybe 3 times. Why would I open the door? If I'm trying to knock down everybody, I just fire the whole car. Why would I run to her side and open up the door? Especially if I know I'm running down on T Grizzly and them, knowing they can have a firearm. So why would I just run up and open the door? But bullets go through doors. I'm not gonna take that risk. And I'm by myself. Nah, I'm just gonna fire the whole car. That's why I'm gonna tote 100 rounds, 50 rounds. Now I can walk up close to the car, but open the doors and shit like that, no. Dudes usually don't do that. That's too risky. That's too risky. So now with T getting his aunt pregnant and shit like that, I don't know nothing about all that. I don't know nothing about all that, so I can't confirm that, but that's what they saying. But yeah, T, he felt like the only way he could get about this contract was to get her out the way. But we need to do it now. Because if I can't continue my career knowing that she could take everything from me, or she gonna be taking everything from me, and ain't nothing I could do about it. So T felt like it had to be done. So he don't feel bad about it. He don't feel bad about it because his aunt was cool with having all that control. He would have understood, yeah, you signed me to that, and then you want to renegotiate. You didn't know no better. That would have, yeah, you came to me first, or some shit like that. T not knowing and understanding it was other ways you could have got up out that contract. A lot of artists get played in the beginning, and then they'll leave that situation, and then they'll be well off. They'll still, make the money they need to make, build an empire, have all these different businesses, become wealthy, and all that stuff. We seen that with Boosie. So if that's the case, Boosie was supposed to knock down Trill and them. Trill and them own Boosie name and the catalog and all that stuff. What's the difference? So that means you really weren't playing the long run, far like with this rap shit. You was trying to get in, get out. You ain't got that same rap hustle drive like Boosie. Because if that's the case, Boosie's supposed to gave up. Once he couldn't get his name, Lil Boosie, he couldn't, all them songs he made, all them hit records, they trills, he's supposed to gave up and start gaming and podcasting. Not continue dropping albums, movies, and shit like that, doing all these features and songs. His drive supposed to have been done. But nah, you said fuck that. Now, like I say, it could have went the right way, like how you wanted to, if you would have used the type of guys, Woo and all that. Because they make too many mistakes. Let's go come back and bite you in your ass. Especially when you got all the bloggers, you got all these people spreading light to everything on top of the police investigation. Ain't no way. And then what your boy got caught with, Woo. So yeah. You sure Woo, he cool with doing the rest of his life for you. Even if you didn't pay him to do it. Why wouldn't the police be like, just say he paid you? Just say it. The public want to hear that, and we can make sure you don't do no life sentence. You don't spend the rest of your life in prison. We can make sure that. Give you a 15 ball or whatever. Maybe give you 20 years. But you did get caught with a gun and a stolen car too. So that's why I'm saying like 20 years, 25 years. But it's better than life though. Give you the same offer we try to get cash out, 25 years. But you got to give us T Grizzly and everything. And if you know some other murders, yeah, give us that too. But we can make sure, you don't spend the rest of your life in prison. Now, if he would have had somebody that's more smarter, that's not going to keep the weapon, that's not going to keep the same car, same weapon, that's not going to leave all these receipts, make phone calls, talk on phones, talk to other people about it, just get the job done and on to the next. Yeah, even if the police would have came, they would have had a way more weaker case. So that's the issue we keep bumping into when we talk about YNs, demons, and steppers in this new generation. They care more so about the rank and the money and the fame. They don't really care about not getting caught, really perfecting their craft, practicing, getting better with their weapons, getting better, not making the same mistakes. That's why I say when you're not putting in work, you ain't got time to be clubbing, just getting shell all day, messing with females. You really ain't got time for that. You really need to be focusing on your craft, like watching First 48, watching crime shows, seeing mistakes, watching other YouTubers break down other homicides, learning from the next man's mistakes, learning what the police look for, riding around your city looking at cameras, finding back roads, finding wooded areas, learning how to get rid of weapons, Learning how to not leave as much evidence, little to none. Learning all the streets and roads and everything by heart, so you ain't got to use your phone. And it's all about timing. And you tell you, hey, around this time, just be over here around this time. We're gonna come through. You can't work up the phone. You got to be that good. That way they can't ping and say you was here. Yeah, they got to get you off a camera. If they can spot you on the camera somewhere, make it harder. But niggas don't care about that. They know they'll do it. They know, yeah, they want the money. They know they ain't scared to do it. And yeah, it seems like that's all they care about. The reward they gonna get, the rank they gonna get, the praise they get, the fear they get, but they don't really care about, you know, playing defense after the crime done, cleaning up evidence, making sure they ain't make mistakes or little to none. If they did make a mistake, making sure they straighten it out the best way they can. Making sure they get rid of weapons, no matter how much they love it, cars and everything. Switching clothes, make sure they ain't on camera. Making sure they, just getting better at what they do. But that's hard to finding somebody. You have to force your guys, even though you use different guys. That's the risk you take though when you use different guys. But when you want something done and you ain't thinking straight and you come up with a little bullshit plan, and yeah, you get these bullshit results. You may get away with it a couple years. 2019, it's 2025 now. So you get a little decent little run.
I don't see how T Grizzly won't get locked up for this. I don't see it. It seems like you had to wear this shit, man. And it's all because he didn't pick the right people to do it. He moved too fast, but he had to get it done. He felt like in that time frame, he ain't want to, fight in court. He ain't want to, he want to hold court in the street. So it just don't make no sense. I don't see no real reason for her to lose her life outside of T Grizzly telling somebody to go ahead and handle it. I don't see it. She didn't have no enemies like that because she would have been moving the right way. She wouldn't have been moving like that. But if I'm the police, I ain't buying that story that T ain't had it done or he know what's going on. Come on, man. It don't make sense. And then the person that we catch with the car in the blick is him. It's not a female. It's not an ex-boyfriend. It's not a current boyfriend. It's not a jealous friend. It's somebody that you be around. So who gonna buy that story? Except yourself, when you telling yourself that and then you gonna repeat it to them. Or that's the only person gonna buy it is you. Telling it to your own brain. Besides all that shit, that shit's retarded. Ain't put no thought in it. Had to think of something quick. But T Grizzly, he know he can't put his trust in no group. He ain't grew up with you. He ain't got no reason to be loyal to you. You ain't did enough for him to spend the rest of his life in the pen. So he probably already talking like they say he is. Giving hints. Talking through his lawyer. Saying, hey, man, this wasn't no personal situation. I'll pay to do this. You ain't his round. You ain't his day ones. So just like Apple said, hey, I ain't telling on nobody from Chicago, but I give you a couple of DC niggas. I give you a couple of Detroit niggas. I ain't telling on nobody from Chicago, though. You can play it like that. But ain't no way Wu ain't gonna flip on you. It ain't no reason to be loyal to you. You ain't did enough on him. So, yeah, man. You don't think Wu lawyer telling him, hey, if you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison, you're going to have to give up T Grizzly. Take the stand and give up other things that you know. And everybody that was involved with this situation, you got to get them up too. If it's just T, it's just T though. Because right now the prosecutors want your head, so you got to make the prosecutors want somebody else more than they want you, so they can take their life sentence without parole off the table. But like I say, they said T Grizzly getting his aunt pregnant. They saying that's false, so it is what it is. But do I think he smashed his aunt? Yeah, I think he smashed his aunt. Come on, man, you take a guy like T Grizzly. Anytime when you around somebody for a long periods of time, and it's not like his aunt was just butt ugly, just overweight, nothing like that. They get drunk together, they smoke, whatever. She may not smoke, but T Grizzly, he can't just with anybody because he got this name now. Ain't nobody around, just them two. Yeah, he get rock hard. She ready to turn up, and it just happened. She know what he finna be. She know he finna make all this money. So unless you really got morals and principles and shit like that, you'll go for that. But besides all the drinking reasons, because she right there, reasons, lusting, the main reason, if you thinking business wise, it'd be because you signed to her. So you'll think you put that D on her, you'll gain more control over her emotions. So you'll have more control over the contract. Now, I ain't gonna say it go as far as putting a baby in her, but yeah, you really, put that thing on her. Now she feel way different about you. You know y'all got to keep it on the low, but people will find out. But yeah, so that's what I think the main reason should be if you was to do something like that. Like, let me try to put this, on her, see if I can have more control or get her to renegotiate, or not to say he bring that up to her, but yeah, he can get a bigger percentage. But ain't no telling, did he know about his contract at the time, or was he only dealing with her like that on that level because just lust and he a dog like that? Yeah, down like that. I'm a gorilla, you dig? I'm from uptown, raised around out killers, you dig? So get it right. I get your life taken away. Playing with Jesus, get a king stuck in your face. Yeah, he could have been playing it raw like that, man. But whatever his reasons is, yeah, he hit her, quit her, split her, probably won't call her no dog, or he definitely did that. But it seemed like it didn't work. It didn't work. Yeah, you probably got the moans and the feeling, and yeah, but other than that, it didn't work because that contract was still right there, and yeah, you just got your rocks off pretty much. And the reason why I'm saying it didn't work because you still had to put it in the dirt. You still had to put it in the dirt, so it didn't work. So that means your mushroom tip ain't no good. Your gut in the way. See, being obese. If you'd have had that stomach out the way, you would have gave her more mushroom tip. You would have gave her more mushroom tip, and you would have hit the back of that button back there. Yeah, but it didn't work. You got your rocks off, but you still had to put it in the dirt. That gut was in the way, man. So that gut probably took away about 3 or 4 inches. Probably took away about 3 or 4 inches. T Grizzly, yeah. Damn, T Grizzly, that shit failed you. You were supposed to have yourself hyped up, lost a couple pounds, had your anthem song playing in the background. That Mike Jones, who Mike Jones? That dick don't fail me now. I gotta turn the sister out so she don't want nobody else but me and only me. She wanted side eye baby. This baby, that she just want you. It's failed you. You're supposed to talk to your mushroom tip. Don't fail me now.
I gotta turn this sister out, 'cause you don't want nobody else. Yeah. Man, not only did she want somebody else, she wanted to sign somebody else. She signed Side-Eye Baby man. I said not only did she want somebody else, she wanted to sign somebody else.
Say an artist and he blow up. If it's his cousin, if it's besides his sister and people like that, it's a lot of artists that probably can smash their family members. They just don't do it. So like I say, by her being right there, y'all turning up, smoking, drinking, y'all ain't in y'all right mind. And it just happened. You grab her hand, y'all could be dancing, just playing music. Next thing you know, y'all start kissing. Next thing you know, y'all start, she unzipping your zipper. And you don't stop her. Or it can start off, you smacking her on the butt, and she laughing, saying you better stop playing. And shit like that, and it happens. But if Woo, he telling his lawyer that, and they telling the court that, you think he ain't finna really explain everything? So, like I say, T Grizzly, he know they coming. He know they coming, man. Just like Flacco said, the chief of police told you that they know you involved, and they gonna get down to the bottom of it. So, come on, man. You know they coming. So, I don't know why you been playing. Just because you've been trying to stay out the way and lay low. You should have been left the country. You should have been left the country last year. You've been playing. You done had all this time. You done had all this time. You think because you laying low, staying out the media, we ain't really talking about you like that. You'll pop out every blue moon with a song. Man, that shit ain't gonna work. That shit work when you just laying low for other reasons. But from the police, if they got an investigation on you, you could be out of sight, out of mind, fall back to the public, but to them, they still on your top. To whoever locked up and got control of your freedom, yeah, you still on their mind. You ain't out of sight, out of mind with them. You ain't did nothing for Woo family. You ain't come on, man. So he ain't got no reason to be loyal to you, man. Like I say, you back in the same situation. Your aunt had control over your music career, and now Woo got control over your freedom. You get locked up and losing everything. Satan play games like that. So you got to enjoy getting your rights back, owning your music, all the shit there for a little bit. You got to have your little run. Satan gave it to you, let you feel it. He took it right back from you. He took it right back from you, T. You see what I'm saying? So now how you gonna get about this situation? How you gonna get about this situation? If you got the hitter telling on you, there's no reason to be loyal to you. He is to be able to, do a thing in Chicago. I ain't gonna say in the streets, but he ain't told on nobody in Chicago so far. It'll be you in Detroit. So you can make your little videos and come to the internet and be like, I ain't gonna address this. It's insane for y'all to think this, and why would I do this? It's nonsense, this and that. Nah, it ain't nonsense. It ain't crazy. It ain't none of that. All this shit you said, you shouldn't even said it. You should have had somebody write something for you and show way more emotion. But it don't matter. Because if you got that shooter saying you did this and did that, and this took place and that took place, it don't matter what you talk about. Wow, you fool a couple of fans, they on your side. A couple of bloggers say you innocent. But the shooter saying you guilty. The police know that you guilty. So ain't no win, man. You bound to drill time. See, the thing with T Grizzly, he lack emotion. He don't know how to show that. Even if he fake it, you'll be able to tell. So he's not the type of person. His aunt could have died in his arms. He ain't gonna really show the emotion because he behind the situation. It ain't like happen out of nowhere. Then maybe yeah, but if he know it's good reason to do this in his head, yeah, whether it's because she was pregnant, you thinking, or the contract, or a little bit of both, but ain't no way she was supposed to get hit only and not you. When they saying the shooters was there 2 hours before, so they would have seen you get out the car. They would have seen you. Any movie that you made, they would have seen that. Why not get you if you the artist that everybody know and you have money on you, you the jury? Why you had no gun on you that day? You be saying that shit in your raps. You made sure them doors was unlocked. You made sure everything. If you knew somebody was after your aunt, you would have made sure she moved the right way. She would have made sure she moved the right way. There ain't no connections to her, to the person who did it. Ain't no connection. And then you so retarded, you hire somebody to do some shit, but you ain't making sure they moving the right way, using the same phone that they've been using with their probation officer. Like it's the same, even though the phone not in his name, but he still been using it. They know you've been using it. You can't even switch up the phone, let alone switch up your gun that you carry, your car that you drive. You just having everything. Like you that lazy. See, why you ain't make sure you had another car? Why you ain't make sure you had another blade? Why you, the type of time you on, you like, you can't be, yeah, as soon as I pay you for the move and you handle it there, you can't be, as soon as you handle the move, I pay you, we done. Nah, you better make sure you gotta cover your own ass. If he done and you see he making dumb mistakes, you gotta, fix him. Nah, nigga, get the fuck out that car. Like, y'all gotta go destroy that, burn that. I ain't paying you the money until I see that car burn. See it on the news or whatever. Throw that blick away. Ain't nothing to get another car. Steal another car, whatever. You could have been in the stolen car, not that one though. You could have had a blick on you, stole a firearm, not that one though. Cause now Wu ain't got no wiggle room to beat the case. He was on the scene, got caught with the same car, same weapon. He ain't got no wiggle room. So he don't got no choice but to tell. Cause he ain't finna do a life sentence. I mean, he got a choice to keep it real, but he don't give a fuck about none of that. When it's for a nigga like you, now maybe if it's Lil Dirt or somebody else, he'll feel more, he gotta do that. But for you, nah, I ain't finna end my whole chapter, my whole life for this nigga. That nigga, it was minutes. You ain't my partner for real, you ain't my water, you ain't my round, you ain't my third nigga to the end. So, it ain't no friend to the end. It ain't no, nah, this ain't check, this hand over fist cash, I do this, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. If it go down, it's too much against me, nigga. Everybody for themselves, every man for themselves. No hope for. But ain't no way T Grizzly ain't felt the difference how other family members treat him. Because it ain't like fans or blogs is the only one pointing the finger at him. I'm pretty sure, or the police, I'm pretty sure your family members think you got something to do with it. Sada baby looking at you strange a little bit. Yeah. And then you still hanging with 600 members. Because the streets talk way before the blog and all that talk. So ain't no way they didn't know nothing about the 600 dude. Other than you still got these dudes in your way. And yeah. So evidently you don't give a you still hanging with anything dealing with 600. So yeah, they gonna give you the side eye. It ain't gonna be that same love. The handshake ain't gonna be matching the smile. Not no more. So yeah, man. Like, the only way T can escape this situation is if Wu beat that case. If Wu can beat that case or just get charged for a gun or some shit like that, then he got a chance. Because it ain't like Wu done said T done paid me to do it. He ain't said that yet. So he can get them to dismiss certain things, like when he trying to get dismissed of cell phone towers and shit like that. Then yeah, now that don't mean the police still ain't investigating T Grizzly though on the separate situation, and that don't mean they gonna throw out their cell phone tower. So man, I guess T he gonna sit back and let everything play out. He ain't finna escape. He ain't finna, just up and leave. He don't want no more to come. He may feel like, man, if I try to dip, just like what Dirk did, man, they gonna lock me up. As soon as I show them I'm trying to dip, that's when they gonna come. So I'd rather just play it cool and maintain, like live regularly, like how I've been doing, and play my game, do my music. I ain't finna, run from nothing. Nah, I'm right here. If they come, they come. But I don't wanna, just book flights out the country and it's gonna put up a red flag and then they come. I need all my time I got out. I can make more moves happen. So you can be thinking like that. But besides all that, man, we'll see where this shit go. Like I said, y'all really want more details. It's a lot of bloggers. They're going in on it, breaking it down. You got Flacco doing this thing. Seti Nash, King AK-47. What's the other one I see? Of course, you got, if you want to go on No Jumper, White 100, he spoke on it. Trenches News, he going crazy on it. Just everybody pretty much talking about it. King Yellow, he did this shit on Cam Capone. Say he been through about it. So yeah, man, if y'all really want real full details on it, y'all go to them platforms. But this is my take on it so far. More details come out, I'll speak back on it. If I ain't touch on something, y'all come to my DM, _game_spitter. Hey man, you ain't speak on this part, this happened. Because I don't know everything. I ain't been keeping up with T Grizz's story. And I ain't been watching all of them. Everybody who I just named, I ain't been watching all this stuff. I just know they been down my timeline, I've been seeing it. So I've been keeping up with other shit. So, yeah, I ain't too sharpened on this situation right here. But yeah, man, it's looking ugly from what I'm hearing. It's looking terrible for T Grizzly, man. But we'll see how she play out. And yeah, man. Till next time. He was with us.